Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is explosive and potentially game-changing for U.S. allies around the world. A secret Pentagon memo has leaked, revealing that in the event of a Russian military advance into Europe, the United States may not intervene militarily. Instead, Washington would focus on defending Taiwan and the U.S. homeland, pushing NATO allies to bear the full weight of European defense. So, what does this mean for Ukraine, NATO, and the future of American power abroad? And who exactly is shaping this doctrine? Let's get into it. According to reporting from the Washington Post, a classified memo signed by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth in mid-March lays out new interim national defense strategic guidance. The document, marked Secret No Foreign National, was circulated inside the Pentagon and sets a stark new tone. The United States is unlikely to provide substantial, if any, support to Europe in the case of Russian military advances. Let that sink in. It's not just about reducing U.S. involvement. It's about the possibility of complete withdrawal from the European theater in a conventional war with Russia. Instead, the document says America will 1. Prioritize deterring a Chinese invasion of Taiwan. 2. Reserve forces primarily for homeland defense. 3. Support Europe with nuclear deterrence only. 4. Deploy additional forces only if they are not needed elsewhere. The underlying message: Europe, you're on your own. Here's where it gets even more revealing. Multiple sections of the memo are almost verbatim copies from a report published by the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank closely tied to the Project 2025 agenda, a roadmap for a potential second Trump administration. This is not mere coincidence. The memo reflects a fundamental reorientation of U.S. foreign policy, one that is skeptical of entanglements in Europe and laser-focused on the Indo-Pacific. Some of the memo's language even references threats in our hemisphere, from Greenland to the Panama Canal, an old-school Monroe Doctrine redux. On Friday, Trump went as far as saying, "We have to have Greenland," inflaming tensions with Denmark, a NATO ally. It's absurd on the surface, but it speaks volumes about where this vision is heading. Fortress America, not global leader. So, what does this mean for Ukraine? If the U.S. formally embraces this doctrine, then Kyiv, and much of Europe, must prepare for strategic abandonment in the event of full-scale Russian escalation. Yes, the U.S. might continue supplying arms or diplomatic support, but direct military intervention would be off the table. That's a radical departure from the post-2022 security framework. And make no mistake, Putin is watching. This kind of message emboldens Moscow, validating its belief that Western resolve is fragile and fading. It also complicates Ukraine's security planning. While Ukraine never expected U.S. boots on the ground, its survival depends on continued weapons, intelligence, and economic aid, support that this memo casts into doubt during a major future war. The memo argues that Europe must be ready to reliably deter or defeat Russian aggression, even if the U.S. is tied down in Asia. That's a polite way of saying, rearm yourselves. Fast. The irony is that this could, in theory, strengthen NATO, forcing allies to take more responsibility. But in practice, such an abrupt shift could fracture alliance cohesion, especially as European countries debate how much to spend and how quickly to scale up. Let's remember, NATO is built on collective defense, not conditional support. If that collapses, the alliance loses its deterrent power. From a broader perspective, this memo signals a dangerous gamble. By focusing solely on China and retreating from Europe, the U.S. risks encouraging Russia to test NATO's eastern flank, undermining trust with allies from Warsaw to Berlin, ceding strategic ground to autocrats on both continents. And here's the kicker. If Europe falls or fractures, America becomes more vulnerable, not less. A strong, united Europe has always been a cornerstone of U.S. global security. retreating behind oceans and hoping for the best? That's not strategy. It's wishful thinking. This leaked memo should concern anyone who believes in a free Europe, a secure Ukraine, and a credible United States. Yes, Americans are tired of endless wars, but abandoning the global stage invites conflict, not peace. And if Ukraine is the test case, the world is watching how we respond. Let's be clear. Defending Ukraine is not just about Ukraine. It's about deterring a world where power is taken by force and borders are erased by invasion. If you value freedom, alliances, and global stability, this moment matters. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want to stay on top of the stories that shape the world. Slava Ukraini.